With our recording in progress, I would like to welcome you to our SME workshop organized by the PROCEDIN project, where innovation meets opportunity and collaboration fuels growth. My name is Daniel Pavlica, here on behalf of the PROCEDIN project, but also F6S, and I'm happy to be your host or facilitator for today's event. You have registered for this event, so whether you are a startup entrepreneur, a seasoned business owner, or a visionary innovator, so this workshop is designed to answer how startups can harness the power of the business to government model and to fuel their growth and impact. So over the next, I would say 50 minutes, we will explore how startups and SMEs can thrive in today's dynamic business landscape and reach your full potential. So without further ado, I would like us to go swiftly through the agenda. So after the welcome and introduction by Louise Knight, we will briefly introduce you to the business and government model for the ones that are not familiar with the concept. And then we will have a session on how does innovation procurement work in practice by Valentina Schippers. And later on by Vasilis Tsanidis, he will introduce us the EIC database of SMEs and startups. Later on, we will let you know how we can keep in touch and how you can join our Procurement of Innovation community, where you can get all the insights regarding the field. And later on, of course, you will have the chance to ask any questions. Of course, all the speakers, I would like you to have your cameras on and to mute your mic when you're speaking. And for participants, please use Q&A box for questions or alternatively comment in the chat. So without further ado, Louise, kindly take over the screen.
Can I confirm that you've got that correct? Showing correctly?
Perfectly.
Okay, great. Thank you very much, Danielle, for a nice introduction. My role here today is to introduce the PROCEDIN project, which is hosting this series of webinars. And the PROCEDIN project is now in its second of 2 years. I'm the project coordinator, UT is the project coordinator, and my colleague Esme Peters, also here as a speaker, is the other member of the team from the University of Twente and the European Lab for Innovative Purchasing and Supply. So welcome to this first of the webinars. The PROCEDIN team is small but very well formed. We have partners Pedal Consulting and F6S. F6S is hosting this event today. Two excellent companies doing a lot of work across several European projects and also offering important platforms for SMEs. For our part here at the University of Twente, we're a research university with leading in the field of entrepreneurship within the Netherlands. And then the other two partners are the cities that represent representing the cities is Gemeente Haarlem. Valentina Schippers is here presenting today, and Gabrovo municipality in Bulgaria, both at the leading edge of public procurement practice and very committed to engaging with SMEs and high-tech startups. Now, what's PROCEDIN about? Well, our commitment here is the brief we had was capacity building, but we wanted to make sure that we were not reinventing the wheel. So a central part of what we're doing within the PROCEDIN project is connecting procurement organizations and professionals with small firms and entrepreneurs, but also bringing into the mix the educators. And a full part of our brief is to act as a hub for the many resources that are out there and to make them more accessible, as well as producing some additional resources around key areas that we think need more attention. And PROCEDIN is particularly focused on the interests of cities and municipalities, with a strong flavor, but not exclusively related to green mobility and the circular economy. And what are we doing? Well, there's various ways in which the activities that we're doing interact with SMEs. Stakeholder mapping, which you'll hear a bit more about later from Danielle, is important. We have an active network and growing network through LinkedIn. So we have these things set up, but they are growing rapidly. So please join. The resource bank I've mentioned before. Through our website, we are giving access to all sorts of resources, both for the buying side and for the supplier side. And we are also producing these materials, training and legal frameworks. And this webinar is part of that effort. In terms of expressions of interest in the stakeholder map, we'd love it if you would please sign up to this interactive map so you can see who's in which areas. It's growing. The more that sign up, the more useful tool it is. And this is just a screenshot, but it's very easy to access through our website. And we'd very much welcome any suggestions you have, any requests. So please don't feel restricted to the agenda we have today. It's a general call to engage with us over the coming months. And there's 2 emails there, one for me and one for Esme. That's it, Danielle, back to you.
Thank you, Louise. So I will be then just continuing with the agenda. We just navigate Zoom a bit. So indeed, if you have any questions, we do encourage you to write them in the Q&A box, and then we will answer all the questions related to project, but also related to our today's topic towards the end of the meeting. So when it comes to the business to government model, imagine that you have access to a market that spans billions, if not trillions of dollars in spending annually globally, regardless of our economic conditions. So that is the potential of the B2G model. So unlike other business models, let's say that may focus on individual consumers or businesses, the B2G model involves selling products and services directly to government entities such as federal, state, or local government agencies. Today also we have the municipality of Haarlem with us that will showcase how this works also in practice after this presentation. So why is the B2G model so important for startups? Well, to start, it offers a stable and reliable source of revenue, even during economic downturns. Governments also provide contracts that provide a steady stream of income, allowing startups to predict uncertainties in the market and also maintain financial stability. Furthermore, I will also say that working with government agencies can lead to long-term partnerships and repeat business opportunities, laying the groundwork for sustainable growth. One of the key advantages of the B2G model is the potential for large-scale projects. I'm sure that all of you are in need of significant contract values, which also governments do provide. And also they do come with longer timelines, larger budgets, and they allow startups to tackle ambitious projects and scale their operations accordingly. Additionally, there is also prestige associated with working with government clients that can enhance the startup's reputation and credibility within the industry. And additionally, which is indeed my favorite, personally, the B2G model also provides you with a sense of purpose, as startups can then contribute to important public sector initiatives and assess critical societal challenges. So indeed, a lot of you base your models on business to consumer and business to business. But yes, I would also argue that the business to government model presents a great opportunity for you to grow your businesses, to drive innovation and make positive impact in the world. So now that really in a nutshell, you know what is the business to government model, I would like to invite Valentina to showcase how this actually works in practice. So Valentina, please feel free to share your screen.
Thank you so much, Daniel, and very welcome to everyone who is joining today this workshop. My name is Valentina Schipash. I'm coordinator of the Urban Agenda Partnership. I am very happy partner of the PROCEDIN project with other precious colleagues and consortium partners. And I'm also chair of Eurocities Working Group on Public Procurement. Today, I will be happy to share with you some practical examples, some interesting documents that could be interesting for you. And after my presentation, Vasilis will provide more information on how European Innovation Council database is working, what kind of opportunities you as a small and medium enterprise or innovative startup have. As I mentioned, there are a lot of interesting documents that I would like to share with you. And I included also the link, and we will put this presentation on PROCEDIN website where you will find it, and you can also check all these links. So regarding how procurement, innovative procurement is work in practice, European Commission made an guidance on innovation procurement, and it's also available in various European languages. And especially the part 3 probably could be interesting for you, is on how to open the doors to smaller innovators, and some examples or some parts of this document are elaborating more on how to engage with the market. So, for example, this guidance is for primarily for the public authorities, but to understand better how does it work from the public buyer perspective, I would highly recommend you to check this document. So regarding engagement with the market, the public authorities stimulated by Commission and also by exchanging their practices with, for example, pre-commercial procurement, market consultation, and often small and medium enterprises and SMEs and the startups are not necessarily joining some of consultations because maybe they think, oh, it's too complicated or too doesn't make sense. But I would like also encourage you to participate in those market engagement sessions organized by public authorities. Because you learn a lot, how does it work, and you can also provide interesting solutions. Maybe you didn't thought about it in advance, but what your SME or startup could deliver. Now, Commission is working on reducing, and also public authorities, on reducing administrative burden. Some public authorities even organizing trainings for SMEs and startups on how does it work, and public authorities trying to make the administrative burden better accessible and reduce the administrative burden and make the entrance more accessible. Public authorities using a selection criteria and award criteria in order to stimulate, and what public authorities also can do if they have a big procurement, to use lots to cut it in the smaller lots or pieces in order to provide more possibilities for smaller medium enterprises. Also designing SME-friendly payment schemes, for example, to pay earlier, because liquidity is often an issue by small and medium enterprises. So saying that, check the link and check this interesting guidance. Just would like to say a few words about pre-commercial procurement, public procurement innovation solutions, PPI. And also say a few words about technology readiness levels, because also Vasilis in his presentation later will also will tell you more about what possibilities do you have as SME to, for example, to try to join the database of European Innovation Council. And it's important to know how does it work with those technology readiness levels. Pre-commercial procurement is an instrument that public authorities could use in order to stimulate innovation. So how does it work in practice? For example, that the public authorities have a certain challenge, for example, sustainable mobility, and they this is as you can see, there's a challenge that can be addressed in different ways, and different suppliers could provide some possible solutions for that, and some of them could propose some innovations on some buses made with the new technologies, and others would propose maybe some solutions with the innovative bicycles or other vehicles, and some of them maybe use some other ideas. So you have a lot of suppliers, and those possible solutions or design solutions, they can go to the second phase of prototype development, where they come more concretely ideas. And in each phase, public authority chooses suppliers that are more applying to the challenges in their opinion. So in each phase, we will have less and less suppliers. So in phase 3 is now original development and testing phase, and at the end, the innovative solution is developed, but it's will be not necessarily bought by a public authority, but you could by that public authority, but you could sell your solution to other public authorities, for example, or private authorities, private buyers. And then the phase 4 is public procurement of innovative solutions with abbreviation PPI. And then it's the deployment of commercial volumes of end products. And now a few words about technical readiness levels. There are from 1 to 9, and 1 is just basic principles or idea. And then as the longer you go to the green part of this table, the solution will become more concretely. Prototype will be developed, and prototype will be tested. And at the end, you have this commercial phase. And depending on your technical readiness levels, there are a lot of possibilities offered by European Commission, European Innovation Council, in order to help you to develop your innovative idea with some financial resources. And City of Haarlem did an interesting pilot with the European Innovation Council, and European Innovation Council has a database, big database with different innovative SMEs and startups in the database. And City of Haarlem defined a challenge, prevent food waste in the smaller kitchens. And we decided to start next. We decided to start a pilot with the 6 front runners restaurants in the City of Haarlem. And with this collaboration, we defined the challenge. And in the database, where there are about 8,000 different innovative SMEs and startups, we could identify one small enterprise who could offer a solution through innovation using artificial intelligence. What they did in these kitchens of the restaurant, if they put it a big bin, and before the rest of the food throwing away from the plate. So imagine you ordered, Daniel ordered a plate with the meat and vegetables, and Louisa ordered a fish dish with a big salad, and fish. So after the plate, the rest of the food before they're throwing away, the camera that placed above this bin, they make a picture of this plate with the rest of the food, and after a certain time, they analyze this information using artificial intelligence, and they provide advice to the manager of the kitchen of the restaurant with the advices how to further provide the further reduction of the food waste. And for example, in this case, they could say, okay, the meat is too big. You should make smaller portions, for example, and or they could also say their salad is too big, or maybe they say the potatoes on the people in the restaurant almost never eat the potatoes, so you could remove it from your menu, for example. So just an example to say is that results of this pilot was that even the 6 frontrunner restaurants who were already very busy with the food waste reduction, after this pilot, after those advices, they could make a further reduction, about 20% of the food that was thrown away. It means that it's good for the restaurants in terms of costs, because if they make smarter dishes and plates, then they save money. It's also good for environment because you use less products, and it's a very circular thought in this way. And you also help us smart medium enterprises and startups to provide this idea and to grow and to scale up with their innovative solution. So this is the short presentation. I will stop sharing, and I will give word to Daniel to introduce Vasilis. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Valentina, as well. So we do have the next presentation by Vasilis Tsanidis from the European Innovation Council. Vasilis has an extensive experience in this field, so I'm sure that he can give startups quite some good tips on how to start their journey and how to unlock the B2G model for them. So Vasilis, kindly ask you to share your screen and kick off with your presentation. Your microphone is off.
Sorry,
Now
I
we
think
hear you perfectly.
yeah, thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. I will start my presentation saying why the startups and innovative businesses should look also to business opportunities in the public sector, but also in the private sector procurement. And then I will move on to my presentation on what we are doing at the European Innovation Council level. First, I will say that I will start by saying that the public procurement accounts for more than 2 trillion euros and as an expenditure. So you understand that public procurement is the elephant in the room. So by looking into the business opportunities that the public procurement could offer to innovative SMEs and startups, then we these SMEs and startups can find their way to the market. So public procurement should be viewed also from the supply side, from the innovative SMEs and startups, as a way to commercialize the innovative services and products that these SMEs are delivering. And if we add on this figure also the budget that is being spent by private sector buyers, then we understand that procurement is a key tool for the commercialization of innovative solutions, but also for it's an important instrument for the modernization of the services that public and private sector buyers are offering in Europe. Having said that, I will try to explain to you what we are doing in European Innovation Council and why for the European Innovation Council the innovation procurement is is really important. I don't know if you are seeing my presentation. Do you view my presentation now? I mean, like
we see the full screen mode.
It's yes. Now you I guess that you are viewing now. Yes, is it okay?
Not in presenter mode.
Daniel? Because I see it in presenter mode, that's why.
But we can see it fine.
Which screen you are sharing with Zoom?
Okay, yes, probably this is the problem. Let me stop share. Let me.
In the meantime, I do encourage people, if they already have questions, to write them down in the Q&A box, so we can address them swiftly after 2 more short presentations. And also, while we wait for Vasilis, maybe Valentina, if you could also mention what financial support, if any, is available to companies taking part in the solution exploration and prototyping stages briefly.
Yes, of course. I will put some links in the chat. The presentation Vasilis is providing you can find some possibilities. There is possibility to apply twice a year, also depending on TRL level in which you are as a small medium enterprise or a startup. And European Innovation Council screening will screen your company through certain criteria. And if you conform to those criteria, you can be included in this database. And of course, Vasilis can provide more information about it, but there is quite a lot of possibility for financial support. And I've also put a link about what the Commission otherwise additionally has in terms of support financially or in terms of capacity building.
Thank you, Valentina. Vasilis, did you manage? So we do see your folder.
Do you see? Yes. You see my presentation or still not?
We see your folder with all the presentations. Quite impressive.
Okay, which is not good. I mean, I don't know what, because to me it shows that I'm sharing. This is the thing. I'm sharing, and there is in presentation mode. This is a strange thing. What is happening? I don't know. I don't know how to.
You could email it to me and I will screen share on your behalf and just move it forward.
Yes. I think it's okay now. It's okay. Is it okay now?
Yes, you can
to me,
yeah, but it's not in full screen mode. But in case, you can just scroll without the full
now
screen.
Is it okay in the full screen? Because I think the problem is the full screen.
No. Maybe just
we can see it just fine.
It's a problem. It's problematic. So I will stop the full screen. You can see it?
Yes, we can see the
presentation.
presentation.
Yes. Now is it okay?
Yes, if you can just move slides so we can check.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes. Is it okay?
We are not seeing you
see
moving
the second
slides.
slide?
We see the slides, but we don't see you moving them. So if you can just.
I will. I think the problem is the full screen. Now you can see it. It's.
No,
sorry
you stopped sharing everything.
I stopped sharing.
Perhaps we can continue without the presentations. In any case, we will upload all the presentations and send it to the participants. So if you can.
Okay. Is it okay now?
No, we cannot see. Now you're start sharing it. Now it's okay. Yes.
I can see. You can see it now.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, good. Very quickly, because we lost time with this technology was not on our side today. Very quickly, European Innovation Council is the most the flagship initiative of Horizon Europe program. It has a budget of 10 billion euros to support breakthrough SMEs and startups in Europe. It is the only program that funds. It's the largest deep tech innovator in Europe through the EAC fund. And the idea is the following. We are supporting SMEs all the way from the start of their innovation journey until their access to their reach to the market. So we are providing support to early stage innovation with grants up to 4 million euros for EIC through the EIC Pathfinder scheme. So you have seen the technology readiness levels that was presented to you by Valentina, and there we are talking, as said, a very early stage innovation from TRL 1 to 4, meaning that we are up to the level that they are going to be tested in the lab. So from from the birth of the idea until to the testing into the lab. And as said, that we are offering grants up to 4 million euros for consortia. Then we have transition for more mature technologies, for consortia and single companies, and there we are offering grants up to 2.5 million euros to innovative SMEs and startups that have more mature technologies, as said, so testing to the lab and in the lab or close to the market, but yet not yet on the market. And last but certainly not least is the third funding scheme that we have in EIC, that it is the EIC Accelerator. There we are supporting only single companies, not consortia anymore, and we are offering grants up to 2.5 million euros and equity up to 15 million. We are among the few funding schemes at European Commission level that we are combining this scheme grants with equity. And the idea here is to be able to offer as much support as possible to these top-notch innovators in order to be able also to commercialize their products in a faster way. And we have cut-off dates for each of the three funding schemes, depending on the maturity level of the companies. So, for example, they can apply to Pathfinder, they can apply to Transition, or they can apply to the Accelerator, depending on the maturity asset level of the innovation that they have developed or they are developing. And last but certainly not least, we have a very innovative, let's say, approach in order to be able to support the companies that are financial, even more than the companies that are financially supported by us. We would like to see all these EIC innovators, EIC beneficiaries, to bring their products or innovative ideas to the market. That's why we have this extra layer of services that goes on top of the financial support that we are providing, that it's called EIC Business Acceleration Services. And in the context of this smart money, we call it smart money, we are providing free of cost programs like to those EIC beneficiaries, like mentoring, coaching, access to global partners, access to innovation ecosystems. And of course, all this is happening through our EIC community platform. This is the main tool of interaction with our EIC beneficiaries. And who are they? They are the 6,000 companies that were selected since 2014, where we had the pilot programs of EIC. And you can find them in the data hub that Valentina mentioned. But there is a disclaimer here. All these 6,000 companies are very carefully selected, because for us in the EIC, the idea is to work with the most promising SMEs and startups. As soon as you are in the EIC community, that means by default that you are a very promising SME and startup, and this is also something that it is noticed by the market. So the idea here is to work with the top-notch innovators in our continent. And back to the business acceleration services, as said, is a smart money that actually offers support that goes beyond the financial support and aims at helping all these companies access commercialize the innovative solutions. So I don't have much time to go through all this presentation. Of course, I will make that available to you after this meeting, but just to let you to give you an idea of how we're working. Very briefly, we are providing connection to innovation ecosystem and partner services. We are providing access to business partners, and innovation procurement is really important in this angle, in this field, and of course access to advice and skills, because we do believe that by enhancing the skills of the innovators to commercialize their products, this is a win-win for both parties. And last but not least, some general information about the about the achievements of this about the achievements of this process. We had 103 deals. We are relatively new because we started our program since 2021, where EAC was established, and we have already 133 deals. We have 2020 coaching cases. Turnover generated increased to 20 million and so on. So important figures deriving from past. And now I'm coming to the main course of my presentation, which is the innovation procurement program. As said in my initial, let's say, intervention statement, public and private sector procurement are the elephant in the room. There is too much, the budget that it is spent through public procurement and private sector procurement is too important to be disregarded. That's why we have developed in EAC a program that supports EAC beneficiaries to scale their businesses through procurement, to unleash the power of innovation procurement. How we are doing that? We are aiming to establish the EAC as a center of excellence on innovation procurement viewed from the supply side. And how we are going to do that? By enhancing the skills of the EAC beneficiaries to access procurement markets in Europe, but also at the global level, by providing them contacts to procurers in Europe, but also at the global level. And of course, our ultimate goal is to facilitate their access to the procurement markets, to help them have more contracts with business stakeholders. And we have put in place a lot of activities in order to achieve this goal. We are organizing very often matchmaking events with between the EAC beneficiaries and buyers, private and public sector buyers. We are providing support to public buyers to carry out innovation procurements, because we do believe that by doing more and better innovation procurements in Europe, innovative SMEs and startups will have better chances to win contracts. And of course, we are supporting them, our EAC beneficiaries, through our innovation procurement academies. We are enhancing their skills to act as suppliers in procurements. We are providing them assistance to submit offers, and of course, in the near future, we are going to be offering them some financial support, extra financial support, to do proof of concepts or pilot tests on the services of public and private sector buyers. And our starting point for these activities is our community of buyers and in EAC beneficiaries, where we are discussing about future trends on procurement markets, but we are also trying to facilitate the engagement between the buyers and the suppliers through these communities of EAC. And Valentina showed an example of how do we collaborate with public buyers like the city of Haarlem, but we are also collaborating with private sector buyers. And here is an example where on the 19th of March, we had a matchmaking event between key private sector buyers like Boeing, Saab, Constellium, and EAC beneficiaries to discuss about challenges that these buyers are facing in the area of renewable hydrogen, fuels, and chemicals as a pathway for climate mitigation. Very important is that the activities that are coming next. We have assistance that is open to public buyers, assistance always open to our EAC beneficiaries, matchmaking events. Last week, we had a matchmaking event with the cities of Lisbon, Gothenburg, and Haarlem, Valentina, discussing about innovative solutions. EAC beneficiaries presented innovative solutions in the area of digital challenges. And what can I say is that I can say here is that these cities were super impressed by the innovations offered by the EAC beneficiaries, paving the way for future collaboration in this field. And if you would like to be stay updated on this, don't hesitate to follow this link and to register to our newsletter, Spin for EAC newsletter, where you can find or information about the EIC BUS Business Acceleration Services Innovation Procurement Program. Thank you very much, and apologies for the problems that I had at the beginning with the
Thank you very much, Vasilis.
And
No worries.
yeah,
Thank you very much.
For any question.
We will also
a question from participants. I'm sorry, I'm not sure if you can see this question.
Sorry, Valentina. Sorry, Valentina. We just need also to swiftly go through one more presentation about the innovation procurement community that PROCEDIN is building. So swiftly, we want to engage all the SME startups, but also government bodies, municipalities, etc., and provide them a space to share their needs, but also to share their solutions. So we do invite you to join the innovation procurement community organized by PROCEDIN, a platform that you can showcase your products and services as a startup, and also we provide you with capacity building opportunities through workshops and training sessions, and also networking and engaging events. To join, of course, Valentina has already shared the link, but in case you haven't seen it in the chat, feel free to express your interest, scan the QR code, or visit procedin.eu/procedin-community. We will, of course, share all of this information with everyone after the session. So now we can jump briefly through the Q&A session. We already had questions in the Q&A box that have been asked and answered, but just also to maintain to read some out loud. So we do have a question where to subscribe to have the opportunity to participate in public procurement, EIC or PROCEDIN website. Really good question. The answer is definitely both. Valentina has also provided links where you can register. Also, there is a question on, can you give us advice on how to find partners to apply with to the EU funding programs, especially for small startups to make their first step. Valentina has answered that you can find that information in the link that offers support and tools to SMEs, but you can also utilize the PROCEDIN community. So we are building the critical mass, and once you are in, you will be able, of course, to share your solution and the need that you're looking for a partner to apply jointly to EU funding programs, but also to tenders organized by governmental bodies. Now also we do have a question regarding the EIC platform. Is it only accessible to companies accepted in any EIC program? So Vasilis, maybe you can address this.
Yeah, our focus is the EIC supported companies. Of course, the EIC platform, there are open fields that are open to any stakeholder, private or public, so including SMEs, but there are other information that it is only for the EIC beneficiaries. You can, of course, visit the EIC platform and navigate through the pages that are open to the public, but there are also some others that are restricted only to EIC beneficiaries. But the main content is open to everybody. So yeah, I think you are more than welcome to go through and look into the EIC community platform open pages.
Thank you, Vasilis. Also, the next question, I think it's related to you. So are the startups which have not been funded by EIC eligible to participate? I would say, just to clarify a bit what you have already answered.
Unfortunately, our main focus and our mandate is, unfortunately and fortunately, because we would like to work with the top-notch innovators in Europe. So my advice would be to start considering applying for the EIC, and as soon as you are in the EIC, you will have access also to the other support that we are offering to the EIC beneficiaries.
Thank you, Vasilis. And last question, if companies can actively propose projects or have to wait to the ones proposed by authorities? I would say this is a general one, so maybe Valentina, if you can give a brief answer to this.
I will give an answer, but I think Vasilis can also provide some information, because there are innovation brokerage platforms you could use on this innovation brokerage platforms. You can not only respond to a challenge formulated by public or private authority, but you can also offer your products, services, of works, or your innovative solutions on that website. And those websites, the innovation brokerage platforms, are sometimes on the national level in some European countries, for example, in Austria and in Italy, there is on the national level, and in the Netherlands, you have also some on the local or region level. It depends on. I don't know if Vasilis also additionally can provide some information on if there are already some projects.
Actually, in fact, there is no black and white reply on this, meaning that there is also the gray zone, meaning that, yeah, of course, I mean, like, as an ultimate result, the procurers, when we are talking about public procurement, will request, will buy the products or services through the procurement procedure. So they are asking, they are setting the ground. However, there are cases, and there are many cases, where the suppliers are presenting their innovative solutions, or they are piloting their innovative solutions to the buyers, inspiring them to move towards a most innovative approach when it comes to procuring. So for us, I mean, like, it's a clear case, and that's why we are following this approach in the EAC. A matchmaking event like the ones that I presented to you earlier offers the opportunity to the buyers, public and private sector buyers, to see what is available on the market and start considering of procuring solutions similar to those. What is important to note is that even after the matchmaking, when it comes to public procurement, not to private sector procurement, to public procurement, the procurers need to follow the equal treatment transparency principles, so they have to buy technology neutral solutions. But what is important in these matchmaking events is that these innovative solutions that exist on the market inspire the procurers, especially the private public procurers, to start considering buying innovative solutions for the challenges that the organizations are facing, and of course ultimately for the benefit of the citizens.
Thank you very much, Vasilis, and also Valentina. This concludes our Q&A session. Of course, if any other questions are there, feel free to reach out to us. And of course, all of the questions that you may have will be answered within the PROCEDIN community that we invite you to join. So with this in mind, I would like to thank Valentina, Luis, Esme, and Vasilis for joining us today, for kicking off the Unlocking B2G model and SMEs workshops. This was the first in line of workshops that we prepare for you. This was the initial one. In further workshops and training sessions for SMEs, we will also focus in depth in some other aspects of innovation procurement, such as, for example, legal aspects of it. So please do stay in touch with us, with the project, but also stay in touch with the EIC. There are great opportunities awaiting for you for your growth. So thank you very much for joining, and we keep in touch.